Alright, we're back for another episode of Let's Program Together Pong, or Breakout. And we left off with a bug. Couple of bugs, right? The paddle was sending the ball sailing too hard, for one. And, well, this positive thing, that's just completely inaccurate. What was happening was, if we didn't have a zero velocity, the ball was reflecting backwards in. See, this is why I shouldn't be programming tired, because I can't focus as well as I should. So we have a lot of issues with this, and I know there's a lot of people who, well, not a lot of people because I don't really have a lot of viewers, but I'm sure there's going to be, or will be down the road, people who are cringing at how I use velocity and acceleration. So in ball, we were using acceleration appropriately, right? We were testing it, and we're applying that to velocity. But the problem is we weren't ever changing acceleration. Or we were changing acceleration, but yeah, paddle is not using it properly. So what we're going to do, first of which is, this is nonsense. We don't need that. Because the problem is if you want it to reflect properly, where's a square? You know, when I think reflect, I just automatically think times -1, but we don't do that. Not unless it hits a wall. The only time the paddle or the ball reflects is, let's see if I can see, that's coming in at a 45-degree angle. We should expect that coming from a, well, that's, can I drag this? There we go. We should expect that to reflect perfectly along a 45-degree angle, and together they should make, dang it. I'm not super keen on my paint skills, so we'll just start from the bottom and make that thinner, and if I could dash that, I would totally dash that, but I can't. So anyway, that's what our problem was, is, see, it's always moving right? The ball is always moving right, it's just moving down with it. And so we never really reflect X on a hit, ever. We don't need to. That's bad. Shame on me, and shame on this comment. I'm probably driving some people crazy, or will be driving some people crazy, but hey, again, this is a test. It's like that Jim Carrey, the Grinch. Airbag's a little slow, but that's what these tests are for. You know, that's what this is for me. This is just me discovering on how to do game dev. It's not a tutorial. I can't emphasize that enough, because God, if this was a tutorial, I'd be leading so many people astray. Alright, so we just got rid of that, right? And now if we run it, it should handle appropriate reflections, and it does. Now, our second issue was, that kind of just went through us. Why can't I smack the dang the ball? Yeah, that. We're kind of adding a lot, right? That thing just flies, and if we kept going, it would just keep going crazy. So what we need to do is actually, we're going to eventually move this towards a pixels per second movement, I hope. So let's change this and delete that. That bug is fixed. And handle delta with pixels per second, that's on the refactor episode. But basically what we need to do is divide delta by 1,000, I believe. The problem if I did that, though, right here in update. The problem is if I did that right here in update, I think that'll slow everything down to a pretty small amount. But yeah, we don't even move. We don't even move. Where is update? Game CPP update. Yeah, we're not really moving because it's oh, where is paddle HVP? Yeah, that's all ints. We're truncating to 0. So we're gonna have to cover that on that refactor episode, and we'll just kind of leave that bug there. I know it's annoying that we're sending it too fast, but what we can do as a temporary fix is at least modify how the ball reacts so that it's divided by 1,000. And that's probably too high. Because I mean, we're very low numbers. We're like 0.2 and stuff, right? It shouldn't be affecting it too much, but if I could ever hit the ball. But you want it to kind of grow some. So probably, I wonder if I can see out the acceleration quick. Yeah, we'll do it right here. Oh, bother. Let's strip this line and slide that on down. And we'll just throw that here. Random letter. We'll do that, and we'll just track our acceleration and see if that does anything for us. The Y, again, should never be moving anything at all. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing too hot on hitting a simple ball. So then I can't hit a ball. That's so sad. Okay, here we go. So we're at negative 544. Is it growing a little bit, maybe? We're at pause. Oh, I see. Because it's going up and down. 544, 542, 544, 544. We're almost kind of staying the same. I'm not lowering acceleration any, am I? 5.5. Yeah, that's going a little too low. I removed that decay because that just created a upward arc. So like if we're lowering how fast it moves on the x coordinate, it's just gonna want to go up because we weren't lowering the y acceleration, and we don't want that yet. We want to actually kind of interpolate between what is on my forehead. We want to interpolate between its current speed and its lowest base speed, because the ball has to be moving, otherwise it could get stuck. Pardon me, stuck in the middle of the board. So let's say it has like an ideal speed that it wants to default to. We have to interpolate over some time its current velocity and its ideal, like its resting velocity. Even though it's not resting, it's just like its simple slowest speed. We want to be doing something like that. But ideally we want to keep it linear, not linear. We want to keep the ratio the same so that it doesn't ever do you know, let's say this is the ball. If we have it so that the x decays a little bit faster than the y, or its acceleration is faster, you're going to get this really bad thing where it does this, right? We don't want that. We want it to, let's say but its ideal, let's say that its ideal thing was it wants to move this way or so. It would do something kind of sort of like that, right? It would more or less actually go here. Let's do that a little bit better. It would more or less do something like this, right? It would start along it, but then pretty soon its x is lower than its y on velocities and acceleration and whatnot, so that it just does this upward arc. The x is pretty much stopped moving, the y keeps going, right? We want to make it so that it keeps doing this, but it falls short, like say right there. So we have to find a way to kind of keep x and y, the decay, so that it falls along that line still. And I'm not sure how to do that I'll do some reading, but that's part of the that's part of that refactor. Or it's gonna be. In proportion, I suppose. I don't know. Alright, so anyway, with that being said, we're going to... No, I don't really need to save that. We're going to ditch the use of acceleration. We don't need it. And when I say that, I guess I'm going to keep acceleration in the code, but we really shouldn't be using it at all. So, like, anytime you see acceleration, anytime you see it, pretend I'm not using it. I'm going to leave it there, but this has no use yet. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's get on with the purpose of the episode. I just wasted 10 minutes, I'm sure, 11 minutes trying to describe what I want to do. And we need to kind of get bricks with collisions, and they disappear. This swing paddle, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought that one through all the way yet. But I know I want it. I just don't know how to implement it quite, sort of, kind of, almost yet. I have an idea, just not tested it. I don't know if it'll work. So let's go ahead and start getting some bricks. And the nice thing is we can use our where's documents? 1 game a quarter breakout. Where's breakout? There it is. I need to organize. Spring cleaning is going to clean my computer. That's mostly what it is. So yeah, we have to go into our assets, images, and we can kind of copy and paste this because it's similar structured as that. And for now, we're going to just kind of change it to a different color. I could say like eggshell white to make it slightly darker, but do we want to do gray or do we want to do a simpler color? You know, or not simpler, but a little bit more complex, but still on the simple side. I feel like that'd be too hard to see. You don't want to, if it's a black background, we don't want to make it too dark, so let's just, lavender? Yeah, why not? For now. And then we'll go ahead and change that to brick. This is going to be different bricks. So yeah, there's going to be different bricks. The problem is though now we're kind of wasting all of this. You know, a brick has an X and a Y, sure, but it's not really going to do some moving yet. And we might add something so that if you hit it, the brick, it doesn't just disappear like right then and there. It just kind of like falls off the screen and fades away. That was an idea I got from Juice It or Lose It video, which is a very good video from the gentleman that made quite a few games, like oh gosh, I'm drawing blanks on their names, but they make, what games do they, Vlambeer Studios, yeah, they have, like, what is it, the Amber Throne or something like that. They have quite a few games, and they're very good with that punch effect, that nice visual effect feedback on the visual and audio side. So for now, even though it seems like acceleration and velocity has no purpose to well, right now acceleration for all intents and purposes has no purpose. We're gonna just be working in straight up velocity for now. I could go through and delete all that stuff, but we're gonna save that for later. Anyway, even though it seems like bricks don't need this, they might if we want to do some special effects with the bricks disappearing. And with that, let's go ahead and, did I add a brick? No, I didn't. Okay, we'll start working on our brick. pragma once, and then class brick, yeah, public entity. Oh, yeah, okay. In fact, we're going to close a lot of this stuff, right? Why do I always do that? Why? How do I get that back? Perspective, default. I don't know what I'm clicking to get that. Probably this. Yep, that's what that is. Okay. Don't need that. There's probably a setting to change that, so. Oh my god, that is so annoying. Close, 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 close. Okay. Yeah. And we do have to, where is ball and where is paddle? No, not CPP, HPP. Ball and paddle. Okay, they are implementing their own destructors. Oh, and that reminds me, we're definitely not getting rid of our resources properly. So, next episode we're going to do that. I've gotten into the bad habit of doing this after I get some code going, but you should do that as soon as you create like a new or you allocate something on the heap. You should automatically go in the right location, put in the part where it frees it up, because then it's tough to keep track of what you need to free down the road before your code gets too big. And so we need to do that before this gets too massive, and that's going to come on the next episode. So let's think about this. We have everything that a brick or an entity has. Do we need anything else really? No, 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 no. Do we need anything else that a entity doesn't already have? We got a collision box, which is good. We can get the velocities, which we don't need to worry about too much. Speaking of, my gosh, I keep bouncing all over the map. Let's drop this down by a fraction of 10. There. Okay. You know, I don't think we really do. I really don't think we do. Update, we have to implement some things. What do we have to implement? These things? Sorry about my snorting. I'm really congested more than normal today. They don't need to move. Draw. We do need to draw. And we need to finish that. Yeah. Nothing. We should at least do SDL render copy. Does entity have a texture? Yes, but it might be empty, right? So, well, doing that crash SDL. When in doubt. When in doubt. And then simply in the constructor. No, you have to pass on the texture. I see. No. Okay, so I think that's the proper way to do that. This puts the scope up one level to the class, and then we're just assigning it to the local. So this is the local. This is the next one up, I want to say. Bad naming, we could just simply go text or something. Or we can just use this. Something like that, right? So yeah, if it doesn't equal null pointer, then we can render the texture, and its source rect should be null, and its, I wonder if that accepts a null pointer as well, and its destination rect is collision box. And once again we have to do SDL query texture of texture null. Again, I wonder if I can use null pointer. And then the address of collision box. Right? Where did I go wrong? In constructor expected semicolon. I think that's right. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that looks right. So we should be able to at least compile. Nothing should have changed, and it doesn't. I really want to quickly test that. We're at 0.3. Is that climbing or is that shrinking? It looks like I'm slowing its x velocity down. Doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like I am. Okay. Probably because I was hitting it in the opposite direction, but we'll do some other testing. I'll do testing outside. We just need to get the bricks going. So now we have to implement our draw and our collision test, possibly. 1 second here. I'm gonna clear my throat. Can I mute this quick? Okay, I'm back. I had to go get a tissue quick and yeah, just kind of blow my nose. So yeah, we have to implement. I am saying too much. That's because I have no idea what I'm doing. There's not going to be any unique member variables to this, so we really don't need anything in private. I don't think so. Let's pair this up with brick.cpp and go ahead, do that, include brick, wrong scope, and brick. I want to say that we still have to do yeah, we still have to do a texture thing because we have to pass that along. Alright, SEL texture, and that means in the matching HPP we have to go back and modify that. Ball. SEL texture, why not keep them named? Is there anything else we need to do? No. This texture equals texture. No, brick, empty, and then we have to do brick. Was it void? Copy, paste. So yeah, sorry about this being up later. I know I said Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I think. If I didn't, I said it on my Let's Play episodes, so what happened is I'm having a hard time sleeping, a whole lot of hard time sleeping, and yeah, I think I didn't fall asleep until close to midnight, maybe even a little after Tuesday night. And then Wednesday morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I had a massive headache. And so there was no way I was going to be coherent or focused enough to do an episode of any variety. It just wasn't going to work. So I'm going to make it up and try to do an episode today. There will be 3 episodes this week. It's just a matter of will I do it tomorrow or not. If not tomorrow, then Saturday or Sunday, but hopefully tomorrow. I don't see why tomorrow wouldn't be able to do that, other than the fact that I open, so I have to do it an hour earlier. I go in at work at 7 instead of 8. Today's 8, tomorrow's 7, so like by now I would be ready for work and start heading towards work. So that means I'd have to start at like 5 a.m. tomorrow. And yeah, there's nothing that I need to do with an update. In fact, we don't even... Oh, Nathan, that's what's wrong when you copy and paste things too much. I think, though... How is ball handling? It keeps track of the paddle with update. And does ball CPP with its update do that? There's a heavy reliance on ball, paddle, and bricks and screen that I don't like, so we're going to probably separating off collisions. That's going to be going. That's going to be going on next episode, assuming I can get this to work. Where is update? Did I never implement update? I did implement update, and that's in move, and move was considering that. Okay, so for the time being, we have to register ball to brick so it can track the ball. Not ideal, but it's a necessary evil at the time. So let's just go ball, something like that, right? Is that how that's doing it? Oh, I believe so. Paddle, yeah, okay. And with that, we have to do something like this. Ball, right? But yeah, I'm having a very hard time sleeping. I need to maybe find a doctor and talk to them about hopefully getting something to help me sleep or figure out why I'm not sleeping so much. Always 3 a.m. I'm up at 3 a.m. without an alarm clock, just bam. I have to refer upon this so much. So balls constructor is doing that. Is paddles constructor doing that? Yeah, it is. So we have to do that in there. Oh, I can't wait for that refactor episode. We're going to clean up so much. It's going to be a refactor series. It's going to be multiple episodes where we just refactor. I let things get too out of hand. query texture of texture null pointer format access width and height collision box dot width collision box dot height, and that's all we really need from here. Except, nope. Int x, int y. We should do that. We should be doing that. Okay. Oh man, coffee. Okay, so we got that, and something like that, right? Yeah. Okay, so with update and move, we don't need a move. Update entity, where is entity? God, my code is so ugly. I don't know if that's attributed to me recording and coding at the same time, or if it's just because I'm up at 5 a.m., or if it's because I'm that rusty. Or up at 3, recording at 6. I just don't know. Alright, so with update now, and collision test would have to be implemented with ball. You know, we're not going to do that, no. Now that I know that const was the issue, oh, my kid's up, I think. Yeah, she's awake. I'm going to see if she'll lay back down for a bit. How would we deal with this? We go STL rect collision rect rect has collision has intersection. Yeah, but there's a better one. There's a rect. What? 1 second. I have to continue this tomorrow. I think my daughter's screaming. Okay, I'm back to quickly try to finish this video. We left off right around trying to find the STL function of getting an intersection between two recs, and it was has intersection, where we pass in two recs, and that's going to be ball get collision box, and this collision, well, it's going to be get collision box, but because it's part of the function, we could just do get collision box. And would that pass the reference in or not? How did I define that as? Or entity CPP. Get collision box did not return, so we have to pass that back. Okay, paddle ball brick. Where's brick? Okay. I think I'd have to do something like that. I don't know. Compile, if it'll even compile. I don't think it would. I think that's what that issue was. It didn't know about entity. I'm hoping that's what that issue was. Ball was not declared. Alright. Brick does not match. I think that's just because STL texture, so we have to go ahead and Yeah, include STL2's function, whatever header. Or maybe not. Oh. Probably would help if I did that. No matching function call for entity. Something like that. Oh, bother. What's this one now? Update. Bricks update requires an int x and an int y. Why does it need an x and a y? Why did I type that? Did I have a reason for that? No. No. We did not. Oh. Me when I code is not good. Alright, so I think we have here, I think this is a precedence issue where we're just not getting the correct result because the memory address comes before actually pulling the rect. Or it might not be. I might just be completely off base. There was a way to do this. I just can't remember what it was, and I'm sure if I changed it to did I get a text? Oh, okay. That was my boss. What I think I can do, cannot convert. So we're passing this by value, we have to pass it by reference, and I think if I just simply go entity cpp get collision box, you could just do that. I bet that would break so much stuff though. No, still doesn't work. That's why I have to come up with my own collision function. Oh man, I just don't get how to properly deal with this. And I remember I'd learned this in college, so why can't I get it? Yeah, we're just, my gosh, I'm done with it. So let's go ahead and just re-implement collision really quick. Collision test, yeah, right there. Okay, collision test. Let's just quickly write that up. Collision test. And that needs an SDL rect by reference rect, right? And we'll have to change that in here. SDL rect other. We'll do other, right? That's a little bit more descriptive. And then what was that, ball? Copy and paste. I am lazy. I am Jack's complete laziness. Okay. So what we need to do is I don't even know where I was going with that. Okay. Plus. Wait. Paddle. Yeah, okay. stop. My mouse seems to be on the fritz. Basically what we have to do is just get this collision to detect and then flag this to disappear. I'm not sure if we're going to cover that in this episode or not. I don't even know if I'm going to have another episode after this because of this week, because I open the rest of the morning. So it depends on when I get up and whether or not I'm coherent enough to getting that done. Probably not, but here's hoping. I think we're ahead of schedule personally. I think so. Yeah. Well, okay. I know I can keep that on a single line, but because that's so ugly of a if, I just want to put that in curly braces, so I want people to know, why do you do that? Code blocks. Trust me, stop. Stop doing things. Just, oh, Microsoft Visual Studio is so much better at knowing what I want to do with braces. It's maddening. Okay. Cannot convert. Okay, so this is still not working. Are you serious? Other. That's right. I'll figure out how to use rect later. I'm too tired to deal with operator precedence and dealing with that nonsense. That's going to be part of the refactor episode. Refactor episode is going to require a lot of planning on my end. I mean, a lot of planning. So then I don't waste up too much time, because it has to be pretty streamlined. We have to get that pretty quick and snappy. So, all right. Collision test. Right? Yeah. Because it'll default. I don't know what it would default. So basically, if we found a collision, return true. Otherwise, return false. This will not modify ball. I just realized that was an issue. Shoot. Shoot. I don't want to. Huh. Interesting. We have an issue now. We have an issue, and that is, let's say that this is a brick, and the ball's coming at us like this, right? If it's coming at us like that, we just flip the Y value, right? It's still going to be moving right, it just moves like that, right? But what if it hit, we have to know if it hit it right there, because you don't flip the Y, you flip the X. That's the issue that we have, and I think that was part of the problem with the paddle. So let's think about this methodically. What is the word? Methodically? I think that's the word. In this case, the ball's x plus width, x position plus its width. That would. Shoot. You know, we might just have to leave this as a bug for now, because I'm not quite entirely sure how to deal with that, but it looks to me like if the width, x plus width, is equal to the object's, the paddle's x, but we have to create some sort of margin of error because let's say the ball is like here and then the next frame it happens to be covering, where's a square? Is there a fill? I think there's a fill, right? If I do that, and let's pretend that blue, red is the overlap, right? The problem is, oh, I thought that would fill. I thought that would fill. I guess not. Okay, let's say, can I use this as red then at least? Let's say that the ball hit here, right? That's just simply x plus width, right? Because the width right here, that perfectly lines up with that, right? But that's in an ideal situation. But let's say because of frames per second, that jump takes it somewhere right around there. Its trajectory should have made it so it hits the right side, but its jump, because of delta time and frames per second and whatnot, meant that it kind of overlapped the brick a little bit. In that case, it's mostly on the left side and not on the bottom, and therefore it should reflect on the left side. And same with right side. So is there an easy test if the x and y is greater than its, oh bother. Alright, so that's gonna go. Nope. Okay. I think that's gonna have to go in the next episode. Oh man. Or I could just record this process and me trying to figure it out. 14 minutes. We got another 15 minutes to go. Okay. Alright. So we can test this inside of a collision if a collision happens at all. Actually, that's clever. Here we go. Okay, what if there's a chance that the whole ball might be in the brick? I was going to say, if the left side, if its x value is less than the brick's x value, but there was still that collision, then that means it bounced off the left side, right? Or it could have, I guess, bounced somewhere like that. And then we would also have to test something like if its y value is less than, if the y value, which is the top left corner, is greater than this, which is the brick's y plus height, and there's a collision, and that means it hit from the side, right? Otherwise, and that's with x being somewhere on the left side, right? Yeah, okay, so let me get a notepad here quick. And, oh my god, I wish Notepad had tabs now. Okay, so let's do something like this. So we know that if ball hits with a y value of, with a y greater than or equal to, no, less than or equal to, right? Less than or equal to, because up is towards 0, of brick y, and hits with an x less than brick dot x, plus brick dot height. So that's saying if the ball hits with a y less than or equal to and that would mean that that it could be anywhere from here, right? Because if it's less than or equal to, that would automatically, it could hit that corner, which in that case you would probably do that, but I don't think we can test for that test case scenario super easy right now. And so we would just treat it as like that. So what we're saying is if the ball hits with a y, which is its top left corner, less than or equal to, which means that it's above this point, this top left corner is above this point, with an x less than the brick dot x width, right? Then that would mean a left collision. And that we would have to reflect, not the y, but just the x. So we have to have a reflect x, reflect y. So let's just quickly make that. This is ball, yeah. And we're going to have a collision manager to better delegate reflections and, or not reflections, but collisions. So let's just quickly do what did I do? Somehow I changed ball reflect x. Oh, velocity acceleration. And then okay, I think if we do that and then we go over to brick, okay, so sorry about that. The only way it would come off the bottom is if it's if the balls how would that work? If the ball's y plus height is greater than the collision box for the paddles y plus its own height. Shoot. And its x and y are within it. Do I not have get x, get y for ball? No. Is that part of entity? No. Okay. Well, whatever. If the x is within, and greater than would mean moving right, then that means the left side of collision box. X and ball get collision box dot x is less than collision box dot x plus collision box dot width, then I think this is, you're hitting from the bottom, right? I'm pretty sure that that's what that is, and you know, I'm just going to copy and paste this for the top. Right? And let's think about this one now. If the ball's y position is, if the ball's y, that would just be flipping this, is less than, and its x and y are still within range, and that means hit off the top. Yeah, okay. Why does it do that? I don't know. I do not know. I personally like my braces lined up with the if statement, not with the if, not with the conditions. It's easier to just kind of scroll my eyes down and look. Sometimes code blocks bothers me. How much time do we have? Like 7 minutes. This is not going to happen. Alright, hit off left. Okay, now if, and this is going to require x and y more than anything. If the balls get collision box dot x is less than plus how did we structure that? If the ball hits with a y less than, let me think about this one more time. If the ball hits with a y less than or equal to brick y, that means that it's above the brick plus the height. Okay, and hits with an x. Yeah, that's for left and right. So this is a little bit easier, and I'm sure we could simplify these a little bit more because this only happens if a collision test happens for sure, right? So yeah, if balls y is, why did you do that? Why do you keep, in the words of Michael Scott, why are you the way that you are? I hate everything about what you choose to be right now. Y plus brick height. I can't remember this. If ball hits a y less than or equal to bricks y, box dot y plus collision box dot height, and next line, ball get collision box dot x plus, no, less, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, right? And hits with an x plus self width less than the bricks is x, yes. So a less X means that it's from the left, and that's what that is. So really, this should be just a simple flip of that less than or equal to a greater than or equal to, which should probably do this, just in case it happens to line up perfectly, right? Okay. Yeah, that should be right. Oh god, I hope that's so right. Now, how do we disappear this? We could do a couple of things. We could do a temporary solution to remove. Right? And the temporary solution is this. Collision box equals times equals 1000. That is our temporary solution. The paddles are not disappearing. No, they're just going off screen. But for the sake of trying to get something to happen, that's my solution. Okay, before that happens, we have to reflect appropriately. So if you hit off the bottom, you just reflect the Y. Ball, reflect Y. Right? And as sad as that is, that's my solution. Or we could just do plus equals in case it's a zero value, which I don't think any of my bricks will be, but either way, 1000, being as our screen is only 640 pixels wide, this is still going to be off our screen. That's 10,000, 10,000. Oh, that is such a hack. I realized my coding probably pisses off some people, but it's all temporary, and I promise my refactor episode will at least bring some dignity and pride back. All right. All right. Yeah. Oh man, I have pizza waiting for me and I really want to have a bite, but I promised myself I'd do this video. We're a little over schedule. There's something else we need to do, and that is set this up. Game. Where is game? I need to open up game. What if this doesn't even work? What if it doesn't even compile? Don't even think such monstrosities, Nathan. Don't even think that. Run. Okay. Alright. Well, first, main, we have to we have to do that, and then in game run we're going to do where is game HPP? I promised I would get this working and I have to make good on that. Do I not? Oh, I do. Okay. Oh heavens. Vector of right? Okay. Include brick. I know what you're thinking. But it's not that bad. Bricks. Yeah, okay. Isn't there, how do you allocate? There's a code we can type to just kind of set aside some size, max size. We might be able to do max size, but it looks like no. That's stating what its max size. It doesn't no parameters. Reserve. That's it. Reserve. Okay. Reserve. Oh, 20. Right. For int I equals 0, I is less than 20, I plus plus. Okay. You know what? Even simpler than that. How big were our bricks? Documents, breakout, bin, debug, assets, images, brick, properties, details, 72 pixels wide. We have a 600 something odd screen space. If we want to do 20, I can't do 10 per row. That's 72 divided by 2 divided by 3. What's 20 divided by 3? Let me open my calculator. If it would ever open up. I hit the calculator button. Right? 240. Why did I do 3? 3 rows? 720 divided by 72. That's 10. But that would be a perfect line. So we should do 720 divided by 8, right? And then divide that by 72. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know. I'll just do this, whatever. Whatever. No, 8. Int I, j equals 0, j is less than 3, j plus plus 2, j plus plus. Okay. Bricks dot add, push back. Yeah, there we go. Why does it need a bool? I don't even know. Brick, new, bother. My coding makes people cringe because that's what I like. Does brick not require an X and a Y? My dog is whining, so I gotta let him out of the room. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Why is that not requiring an X and a Y? New brick. Yeah. I don't know. X, there we go. Okay, so for the X, we're going to do, if it starts off at 0, I plus 10. Yeah. I times 72 plus, oh my god, plus 10. And then for a Y, it's got to be J times 16. Sure, that seems like a decent amount. And then plus, I don't know, 16. Something like that. Does that seem right? I guess we'll find out. Alright. While. Game update. Bricks for int. I have to let my dogs out. He's just keep whining. For int I equals 0. I is less than bricks dot size. Interesting. I think that would work. I plus plus bricks dot at I update delta shoot ball, right? And then we have to draw. We have to draw. Oh, like I said, I know this is making you guys all upset. I know it is. For int I equals 0, I is less than bricks dot size I plus plus. You know, I should really make sure. Draw, render. I should really make sure that that's what size does. No. If collision test. Brick collision test. Well, what is it named? Oh, I got rid of it? No, I didn't. It's right there. It is right there. Oh, but I probably, yeah, there we go. For declaration, I'm too lazy to do it. We're going to throw it above. Still doesn't know about it. Oh, haha. Oops. Ball. Get. Oh no! Don't tell me you're gonna make me do that. Don't, please. Dang it! We bumped into the same problem we just had. Oh my god. You know, I'm at the point. This is such a hack. STL rect other equals ball. This is such a hack. I don't care. I'm tired. And I want to eat pizza. Other. I'm just done. I'm done. That's still not gonna work. Taking address of a temporary. That's not a temporary. I promise it'll be okay. I promise. Oh, damn it all. So we might not even get this working at all. Oh, code blocks. Okay, well, I don't know. So that is a bad. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what's the issue? Taking address of a temporary. It will be okay. Why don't we just solve this with ball? I'm going to scream. Ball, no, brick. I keep opening up too much files. Ball. There, solved it. It's a hack. Done with this. Done with this day. I am so done with today. So done with today. Done. That can be entity down the road, which is what we're going to have to do anyway. Okay. Because I don't want to retype that all. What's this? Within this context. Fine. Right? How did I... Why does it get rid of that? I wish it didn't. Like there went my X. Right? That looks right to me. I don't know. Now what? Expected a closing something or another. I really wanted to get this to work, guys. 44 minutes. Expected curly or closing parentheses before the semicolon. Okay. Yes, that's it. Now what? Expected another one. Are you though? No. Not there. Because, okay, this one's closed and this one's closed, so where are you missing one? Expected semicolon before that, though. I don't see where you're missing a semicolon. Oh, comma. My bad. Well, I mean... it's not working. It's not working. I'm not really surprised. I think it's my collision function really quick, and I'll take one quick look at it, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. New 72, I times 72. Well, what's 8 times 72 plus 10? Because that's the maximum starting position. Why, when I hit the calculator button, does the calculator not pop up? Now 5 of them are up. 8. And now my keyboard's not working. 8 times 72 plus 10. 586. Okay, so that's the starting next position, plus another 72 to give us some width, and that's 658. So some of it would be going out of bounds, so let's do a little less. Let's do 4. Padding of 4. That seems right, right? 0 times... I feel like that should be at least placing the bricks at an appropriate spot. I feel like that should. But, I mean, what do I know? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna end. I'm done. There's bugs. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. fix all that nonsense above there. That we got nothing, right? We got nothing done. So the next episode's gonna be getting the rest of this going, and me trying to, I don't know. I'm gonna have a drink. I'm gonna have some pizza. Good night.